Hello, dear students. Hope you all are fit and fine and studying at home through your virtual classroom learning. This is the first video lecture for Class 8 Geography Chapter 2, that is Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. As per the name of chapter, all these are the natural resources. It means that in this chapter we are going to discuss about the natural resources. Let's see the main objectives of the chapter. In this chapter, first we will learn about the meaning of land, land use, how we can classify the land. We will discuss about the major threats to land and how we can conserve our land resources. Then we will discuss about the meaning of landslides and its mitigation techniques. Then we will discuss about the meaning of soil and what are the main uses of soil, what are the main factors which are responsible for soil erosion. We will discuss how the soil has been degraded day by day and how we can conserve our natural resource soil. As we know that water is also a natural resource and our 71% Earth's surface is covered with water. But still there are some areas which are facing problems of water availability. We will discuss those areas. We will discuss how we can conserve water. We will also discuss about the meaning of wildlife and how it is useful to us. We will discuss about the meaning of natural vegetation, its uses and its distribution. Then we will discuss about the conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife. Why conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife is important to the environment. Now all of you please open your books. Chapter 2. And you can see here in the first paragraph the story of Mamba. Mamba lives in a small village. She walked miles to fetch water. Then she helps her mother and her brother. She and her family lives in a small hut. Her father grew some beans and maize, which is not enough for the whole year. As we can see here, Mamba and her family worked very hard. On the other hand, in the second paragraph, Peter, he lives in a cold region in New Zealand. His family runs a wool processing factory. His uncle takes care of the sheep. His family also grows some vegetables through organic farming. Organic farming means when vegetables grow without the use of chemicals. As you can see, in these two cases, the lives of the people are different. Do you know that? Why is this difference? This difference is due to the quality of land, soil, water, natural vegetation, wildlife and usage of technology. In the last chapter, we have discussed about the natural resources and its availability. As we know that availability of natural resources differs from place to place. Let's discuss this question. Observe the land, type of soil and water availability in the region you live. You agree with this statement? Land, type of soil and water availability is different from region to region, and it also influences the lifestyle of people, those who are living there. It affects the economics activity of the people also. In the region where we live, there are not enough open lands. Soil is also not very fertile, but the water is available. That's why many people in this area work in service sector and very few people do agriculture or dairy farming. Now we will discuss about the land. Land is the most important natural resource. As we know that 71% Earth's surface is covered with water and 29% of the Earth's surface is covered with land. From that 29% or 30%, 70% of Earth's area is not suitable for human life. As you will see, look around your environment, look around your world, then distribution of population is different. Do you know why it is so? Due to the various factors such as topography, temperature, land, altitude, soil, climate. These are the main factors which are responsible for the uneven distribution of population of the world. Now see which areas are scarcely populated or the areas which are having the less population or the conditions of the areas where life is not possible. The areas having rugged topography, steep slopes of the mountains, low-lying areas, desert areas, thick forested areas. These areas are normally sparsely populated. But on the other hand, plains and river valleys offer suitable land for agriculture. So these areas are densely populated of the world. And you can see in these pictures land use. How we can use the land or how we are using. We are using the land for the different purposes such as agriculture, mining, grazing, construction of buildings and canals, manufacturing, setting up industries, forestry, residential purposes. All this known as the land use. You can see in these pictures also the uses of land. Now we will discuss about the factors which determine the land use. Topography of the land, climate of the place, soil fertility, availability of minerals, population of the place, technology and services available. For example, if the land is fertile and water is available, then the land will be used for agriculture. Pattern of land use, it keeps on changing due to various reasons. Then to fulfill the demands of growing population, people started collecting common lands to build up large commercial areas, housing complexes. In the urban areas and in the rural areas, they want to expand the agricultural land. Today, land degradation, landslides, soil erosion, these are the major threats to the environment. And you can see here the uses of land. Land's uses are different. Mostly in rural areas, land is used for agricultural purposes, but in urban areas, it is used for industrial purposes or residential purposes. But sometimes the land may have more than one use. As in hilly areas, it is used for sheep farming and for recreation also. Now we will discuss about the classification of land which is based on the ownership. The land can be owned by an individual or by the community. For it, land is divided into two parts, private land and community land. Private land belongs to and is used by a person or a group of persons. Examples are houses, multi-storied houses, offices, shops. Community land or common property. It is owned and used by the entire community. Examples are forests, parks, roads. Community lands are also called common property resources. As you can see here, people and their demands are ever growing, but the availability of land is limited. Then the quality of land also differs from place to place. As you can see in these pictures, land degradation. What is land degradation? Land degradation is damage to land that makes it economically less useful and less productive. Degradation of land is a worldwide problem. Let's see the causes of land degradation. Large scale deforestation, land pollution that results from releasing industrial effluents and wastes, overgrazing by animals leading to loss of vegetation cover, mining activities, natural causes such as running water, glaciers, wind, urbanization, agricultural mismanagement, improper waste disposal and landfills. These are the some causes of land degradation, and you can see in these pictures also. Now we will discuss about the conservation of land resources. How we can conserve our land. As we know that land is our natural resource. If land is utilized carefully, it can be considered a renewable resource. A rational use of land needs careful planning. Some of the steps to conserve land resources are afforestation, growing shelter belts of plants, controlling overgrazing, stabilizing sand dunes by growing thorny bushes, management of wastelands, controlling mining activities, proper treated discharge and disposal of industrial effluents and wastes, introduction of better farming methods like crop rotation and organic farming, reduce waterlogging and collecting in ponds, reservoirs for later uses. These are the some steps which we can follow to conserve our land resource. As you can see in these pictures, the use of land has been changed over a period of time as the population's demands are growing day by day and the use of land is also changing day by day. Now we will discuss about the landslide. As you can see in these pictures, landslides. Landslides are simply defined as the mass movement of rock, debris, or earth down a slope. They often take place in conjunction with earthquakes, floods, and volcanoes. Earthquake shaking and other factors can also induce landslides underwater. Underwater landslides are called submarine landslides. Submarine landslides sometimes cause tsunamis that damage coastal areas. Landslides cause property damage, injury, death, and adversely affect a variety of resources. Landslides are mainly caused by gravity acting on weakened rocks and soil that make up a sloping area of the land. Both natural and human related activities can increase the risk for landslides. Now we will discuss about the mitigation techniques of landslides. Before it, a case study has been given to you. You can give here any other example also. Now, mitigation techniques. Hazard mapping tool locate areas prone to landslides means these areas can be avoided for the building settlements. Construction of retention wall to stop land from slipping. Increase in the vegetation cover to arrest landslide. The surface drainage control works to control the movement of landslide along with rainwater and spring flows. Now I hope From this above discussion, you are able to understand now the meaning of land, uses of land, threats to land, how we can conserve it, and the meaning of landslides. This is only for today. Please read the chapter from your book and try to understand the concept. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.